Talking about the type of insurances you need and insurance that you don't need. We welcome in our friend Mark Lamkin. He is our financial expert. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning, sir.
A lot of people say, hey, you need insurance, all types of insurance. And you say, well, there's some that you really need, some that you just want to save your money.
You know, you hear stories about people being underinsured, and that truly is a problem, but overinsured is a problem too. So overinsurance costs money from your emergency fund, your retirement. We're going to talk about it right now.
Let's talk about the top three that we do need.
You know, even if you're young, if you plan on getting married, having a family, you need life insurance. Right. Everyone needs life insurance. Even basic life insurance to cover like cost of burial or funeral expenses is a must. But if you're the primary breadwinner, even if you're now with two income families, that can put a really hardship on a family, not to mention college education, et cetera. 24 years in the financial planning business, people say, how much do I need? I've delivered unfortunately, a lot of life insurance checks. Never once have I delivered one and someone said, oh, this is too much. Rule of thumb, 10 times your annual income is what you need. Life insurance is something almost everyone should have.
Is it affordable? You know, a lot of people, they shy away from it and they say, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I can't afford it.
You know, if you buy it through your employer, it's the least expensive way. But with people living longer than ever before, the actual actuarial tables have shifted, and it's less expensive than it's ever been.
Okay, let's go to number 2 on our list. Health insurance.
Health insurance. With the Affordable Care Act, like it or not, Affordable Care Act has placed insurance within reach of 10 million more Americans. Health insurance is the largest reason that I've seen older Americans go through bankruptcies. And let's face it, if you go through an unexpected sickness or unfortunately a slip and fall, I mean, a week stay in the hospital is more than a 2-week vacation.
That's right.
So this can put a really damper on things. So health insurance for younger to middle-aged folks is a must nowadays. With the Affordable Care Act, you can get access to it. And think long-term care. If you have $1 million or less in assets as a senior, you need to consider long-term care because there's a 50% chance whenever you're going to use it, $1 million or more, you can consider self-insuring, but think long-term care as well.
All right, guys, let's keep it rolling. Our third one that we need, home auto insurance.
You know, as I was researching this segment, one of the things I realized is that I was underinsured. Think about your homeowner's insurance and that replacement cost. I just recently added an addition on the back of the home and realized I didn't up my insurance. So think about that. If you make improvements to your home, that's something that your insurance agent may not be aware of. You need to call and up that, and in fact today I'll be doing that with my agent. Also think auto insurance, replacement costs, cost of living increases, or that gap insurance. If you bought that and owe a lot of money on a car, which hopefully you don't, but if you do, you could be stuck if something happens. So these are 3 insurances that you must have.
All right, briefly talk about 2 insurances we don't need.
We don't have, I get bombarded when I do my travels with this rental car insurance. Chances are your credit card is going to cover your actual rental car insurance, but your auto policy will cover rental car insurance. So that extra insurance for these rental car policies are something that you don't need.
All right, last one that we don't need.
Last one we don't need, the PMI, private mortgage insurance. Got to put 20% more down on that mortgage, you won't have that PMI insurance. If you don't put at least 20% down, you're going to be paying for insurance that you're most likely never going to benefit. A way to get out of that, if you even put 10% down, you can do that mortgage, do a second mortgage for 10% or that home equity type mortgage. It'll get you out of hundreds of dollars a month on that PMI. And actually, if you put that towards your mortgage payment, cut your mortgage in half.
All right, Mark Lamkin, thank you very much.
Sir.
Always good to see you. Always making us money and saving us money. He has 2 locations in the greater Louisville area. More information is on your screen and also listed on our website, WDRB.com.